the one thing that's made me the most productive in my life is less information and more implementation. I'm not like preparing for things, I just do the thing. We are on the way to LA. We have got some big retail activations happening for Cadence in LA. So I'm heading out, me and Ross, meet the team, start ideating and planning what they're going to look like. I'm just giving you an update now before I take off so I don't annoy everyone on the flight, but we're a lot more established from the community bases in London, and New York is getting there. LA is still very wide open for us, so I'm going to head there, start figuring out what runs, what communities we should be supporting, where we should be showing up, specialty retail, all that good stuff. So quite a lot of work to do on the flight, so we're going to get through that. And then we're landing in sunny LA. I only was back in London for 4 days, so my time zone is absolutely fried. But still got a big week of training, still planning to hit 200k this week. Going to be able to get out on the trails as well, so I'll take you along for that. But yeah, see you on the other side. You know what, I was just talking to myself, and then I thought, actually, let me share it with you guys as well, right? Because it's technically 11 p.m. Well, no, it is 11 p.m, but technically for me it's like 6 in the morning. I didn't eat much, so I was hungry, but because I've just done this like cut, I can get a little bit obsessed sometimes with like always trying to stay in a calorie deficit, and yeah, it can get a little bit like in your own head about just fucking eating, do you know what I mean? And I was like, I'll have a sandwich now. And one part of me was like, you know, no, you shouldn't like just be giving in at eating at 11 p.m. And then you have to remind yourself like, bro, yes, sometimes your body will give you the wrong signals because it wants pleasure. Sometimes you're just hungry and you need to eat. So this is technically breakfast because it's like 6 a.m. and I'm running like 30k a day. So the point I'm trying to get to, this is pretty niche. Some of you might be like, what are you going on about? But for some people who are watching, who might be like, yeah, you get in your own head about eating and trying to stay lean or whatever. Performance should always be first, and listen to your body's signals properly, because you know intuitively if it's wrong or right and whether you should listen or not. Time to go and start running. What is it? It's about 20 past 3. I'm not sure if it's going to be cold or not, but one of the most useful things I do every morning, honestly, just write a list. The things that you know you need to do today. So for me, I know I've got some emails backed up from traveling today. Anything that takes 5 minutes or less, just do first. Because then when you've done like 80% of your workload, because most of it is just 5-minute tasks, you just get a bit of momentum and then you just get stuck into the bigger ones. So you're gonna go through my emails, clean them up. 7 a.m, we are straight to it. Just had a fucking great bagel. All right, few things to go through. All right, gang, we just did an Uber Eats shop. I'm gonna walk you through it. Eggs, needed. You know by now that I need my sweet treats every evening. So I make sure I'm prepared, otherwise I'm gonna eat other shit. It's gonna make me go over my calories. So we got 4 tubs waiting for a Cadence delivery coming today as well. And that's it. That was $180. Gonna be the same flavor over and over again, but whatever. All right, what we got next? Some fruit, bananas. We've got blueberries. I love putting them in the yogurt, which brings me on to my main gig. A couple kilos of yogurt that will be gone very, very soon. Been cranking Greek yogurt recently. What else we got, people? I've got some RX bars. I'm a fan of them. I love them whenever I'm over in the States. Grab them because we don't have them in the UK. And I've got some protein bars in general. Honey, don't play with me. Need my honey. Another ice cream. We got the Cadence supply now. I didn't realize that TSP was on this week, so what we're gonna do is let people that are running come down, grab some supplies, take it with them. Just support people doing the sick shit, but then also it's like getting the cans in people's hands, so it's kind of perfect. So yeah, we got a bunch dropped off here I'm gonna have some people come through. Big refuel happening. I got Air One steak and egg breakfast burrito. We got chicken, rice, beef, and Brussels sprouts in there. I'm about to give you the live reaction on the burrito. It's huge.
Bussin'.
I tell you what, one thing I need to stop doing when I wake up in the night is look at my phone, because there will be a problem to solve on WhatsApp or my emails, and I am just gonna not be able to go back to sleep. So basically we got a collab. We got a collab coming for London Marathon with a brand who I can't say yet, but there's some delays on the product shipping, but the product's already been shipped and we've paid a lot of money for it, and I can't use it after the marathon, so trying to find some workarounds. Anyway, been on the laptop since 2:30, so now it's 3 a.m. and I'm out running because I'm awake. So hey ho, we move, literally. Hour in, it's time, about 5 a.m. Sweating. But people ask me a lot recently actually why I've been doing the treadmill so much, but I think when you're out and you got to focus on routes and where you are and stuff, but honestly use treadmill time so much to just be like brainstorming or get back to emails, cover ideas, blah blah blah. Honestly, it's the most productive thing you can do whilst running. So just on an hour, gonna do one more hour and then get into the day, but cheers. Alright, about 10 miles on a treadmill. Just went for a lovely cold brew down a boulevard. Shout out Billy. I mean, it's only 6:30 in the morning, so I'm like, might as well just get, so I'm going the wrong way, another bit of miles in now, so probably go for another 10k and then first calls in the morning. Had a really good response to my last YouTube about how I get to work with some sick brands, how I strategize it, what my top tips were, and a lot of people sort of asked me, okay cool, but how do you plan and make your content? I think one of the comments was like, your content doesn't feel like you make content for the sake of it. It feels like it has, like you're really doing the work behind it. What's the strategy? And I think the question answers itself, right? But I'll try and explain it. I make my content based around what I am really doing. You can do a running clip and you can put a quote over it, you know, and it might go viral and that's cool, but you can't fake a 200k week, you know, you can't fake talking about business or showing brand partnerships that you've done, but you can't fake a marathon time or a race day and really doing the work. And eventually, you know, it does become clear sort of who does the work and who doesn't. So when I'm thinking about, and that doesn't matter by the way, you can be a content creator. That's fine, but that's why when I get asked about my content, it's interesting because that kind of is my response. It's like, I'm not a content creator first. It's a bit lower down on my pecking order, you know? My career is first, and then next is what I want to achieve athletically in running, and then under that is content creation. So like, I mold the content around my life and tell my story, rather than being like, all right, I need to make content, let's come up with a storyline and plot. It's, I have a storyline and plot, let me make content about it. So that's what I'd say people need to do. I'm just speaking shit now, but hopefully that helps. We all have a story. Make your content around that. Tell your story. Why you do what you do. I'm not special. I'm not the quickest in the world. I'm not gonna run the furthest. I'm not gonna make the most money, but my story is mine. You never know who it could inspire along the way. It's the new gel boxes, let me show you. Let's just slide different on the design. A little bit more information on the formula. Looks good.
You can literally see the shoe. Looks good. We'll try it today.
Yeah, nice.
I want to see if the flavour matches up against the one we tried.
So this is the first
Produced off the line.
Produced off the line one. Nice.
Because you know when we make it at the bench, it's different. It's always going to be different. I already can see it looks a wee bit different. Carbohydrate electrolyte powder. Cadence.
Fire. Someone made me laugh on my Instagram yesterday. They said the contrast between yours and Ross's garage was hilarious. You know, I've just got the one treadmill in the middle. Another few miles done. Probably gonna finish the day on about maybe like 25k. Check the cut's going well. I'm pretty much done cutting now, but feeling a lot more lean, a lot more light. Honestly think once I turn on some fueling to this, move a lot quicker compared to previous races. So yeah, it's pretty exciting actually. I think I'm legit gonna go through 15 of these tubs in Greece. So when I first ever had carb mix, right, it was, God knows, I don't know, it was like one of my first marathons. I remember hating it because it was like drinking glue. And the main thing I love about this one, other than the taste, I mean, you might be able to see just from this video, right? Look, see how thin it is? So when you mix it, it tastes like you're drinking a drink, as in like a flavored water that just has carbs in, right? Rather than anyone that's done a marathon and used carb mixes that morning, you'll know it's like drinking PVA glue. So stoked on that one to launch, but gonna be drinking a fair few of them at the start of May. Alright, picked up a straggler on the way. Dee's now here. We are obviously thinking of relocating and moving, so I'm out here to have a look at, I guess, just some places and stuff. Yeah, so Dee's getting the vibe for being here, but we got the boys in the truck right now. Sheesh! So what do you do for a living?
Oh, me! Me!
Right, we're at a vitamin shop. We actually filmed at this one last time. We're back. Just gonna get some content really. It's always good just to nip in, say hello, see how the product's getting on. Blah blah blah.
Which flavor should I go for?
Well, I actually love the Dr. Bumble.
Same, we don't have that.
What are you getting? I'm getting one of them burritos. I didn't even care that they're about 1,000 calories, but they're busting.
Bussin'.
Explore the world's most expensive chicken breast. Come on.
Straight.
Lunchtime miles. Yeah, just about to finish up another 200k week. Got about 30 kilometers to do today. It's interesting because I assume that like no one really cares that I run that much and sort of work and, you know, and do other stuff. And then sometimes I get comments where I think people just expect it because they just think running and doing content is like my full-time job, which is the complete opposite. There's a reason I'm up right now at 3:30, about to go and start my session, because it's the only time I can do it, right? Yeah, I don't really know the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, other than like, let me guys know if you want me to break down the structure a little bit more of how my week works in terms of like timings. But yeah, happy that I'm getting another 200k week in actually, so time to get to work. Alright guys, I'm looking a bit worse for wear. Just did about a half marathon on the treadmill with Ross. Obviously I say I'm about to do another 10 now, but I say there's a lot of reasons why I like the treadmill. Because I can be on the phone, I can do some like work, and do some emails, but sometimes just by being there and chatting, you just get your best ideas. And we've been thinking about how to like do a really cool campaign. Well, not campaign really, but like activation out in LA, and probably just come up with the sickest idea on the treadmill this morning. So super excited. Literally gonna finish the run today, go home, get it all down on paper. Honestly, cannot wait to share this one. It is gonna be crazy. Really interesting point. Obviously started this week, spoke a little bit about fueling in like when I landed and I was eating, and yesterday was probably the first day I was in a calorie surplus for
not even just in a surplus, but not in a deficit for the last, I'm gonna say like 6 weeks. And I was like, oh, I feel really full, blah blah blah. It's just funny how I ended up having, I'll put the stats on the screen, but 93% recovery on Whoop, first time I've been above 80, above 70 really in a month. HRV up, everything up. So just remember, sometimes it's not a bad thing and you actually do need the fuel. This was like what Montenegro was like that I ran. All the roads were like this, whole way, no paths. Alright, I haven't unlocked a new personality for a while. Last time I unlocked a new personality was probably when I watched June 2. And I wanted to be the Listen Agaib.
Listen Agaib!
So just unlocked Cowboy personality. Shout out to Lou. Probably gonna go and order a Cowboy hat or something along them lines. Last run of the week. Last run of the day. It already actually hit 200, but we're gonna do another 6 or 7k. Then where we going after this? In and out, a few doubles, calories back in. Also shout out. These are actually, not gonna lie, probably my favourite pair to run in so far in terms of stability and glasses not falling off. It's from Ryder. They're actually sick. Like army two-tone as well. Pretty cool. Nice and chilled. I was supposed to answer loads of questions in this YouTube as an AMA. I didn't answer any. Maybe we'll do them later. $140. 40 of that's on these $20 strawberries though.
I want to drive myself to like Malibu.
I'm gonna be brutally honest. I don't really understand how one strawberry can be $20, but we'll find out. I feel like you need to try it at the same time.
Well, open one for me.
Okay, that's your one. Film it. As in like what it looks like and stuff. I mean,
Yeah, I hope you have an hour.
yeah, it's strawberry.
Wait. Oh, wow.
Could have been from Tesco's.
No.
Could have been from
I did-
Tesco's. I'm gonna be real.
Highly disagree.
Alright, we got cookies, eggs, filled pretzels, chicken tenders. I'm trying to eat them while they're hot, to be honest.
What's next on the menu?
Alright, turmeric tenders. I don't even know what these are. She just said some type of chicken. And this is Air One sauce. I was about to lick that. Right. I'm gonna be real with it, as always. Now we're talking. That's so banging. Try one. Ready to go?
What's this?
I don't know. Something tender. Just a crispy one, I guess. Alright. High key like a KFC one is better.
So the turmeric ones are better.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Also, how fire is the new hoodie? Comment. Comment if you want one, and I'll send one to someone. If you're a subscriber. To Cadence. Quinn maple almond butter frilled. Pardon me. Pretzel nuggets. We're in the trenches on this one. Sniff.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna cringe out so much from my commentary. Is it good? Yeah.
I'm actually fucking stuffed. We're only trying a little bit of everything, by the way. Deliciousness. Delicious. Vegan. Gluten-free. The name's off to a bad start. Vegan and gluten-free. Anyway, cinnamon brulee. Let's see if they still manage to get some goodness in there after taking everything out. No haters. Like, no hate to the vegans, do your thing, but honestly, it's alright. It just tastes like a ball of fucking sugar and cinnamon. Kind of hard for it to not taste good because it's so fucking sugar. Look at the slab. Carrot cake. $15 for this slice. We're gonna hit the sniff test first. Wow, super. I don't know what herb that is. I can't remember. Actually, turmeric, I think.
You went for the frosting bit.
It's alright. It's too healthy. It tastes like a fucking carrot with cream cheese. Like, try it. Alright guys, Sunday night, just prepping my bottles for the morning. Also, look how sick the new packaging is, but also a new flavour, which is crazy good. A lot of people ask me how I like structure my week, being able to do that many miles and work such an intense like career path and traveling, and like honestly, there's so many podcasts, there's so many books, there's so many like things that people do to try and prepare for it. And I actually think the one thing that's made me the most productive in my life is less information and more implementation. I'm not like preparing for things, I just do the thing. So it's like, okay, well, if I'm in LA at the minute, because I'm testing what it's like to work here full time, because that maybe is on the cards, I got to chat to my guys in UK. So we're 7 hours behind, so really I want to start my meetings at 7 a.m. Okay, cool. And then I'm also on US, so I'm probably going to be working until 6, 7 p.m. I need to run 20, 30K a day, 2-3 hours. All right, well then I need to start at 3 a.m. So I just start at 3 a.m. and I still need to get 7-8 hours sleep. So I go to sleep 7-8 hours before that. It really is just a case of just like doing the thing. I'm having less personal luxuries in my life in terms of like downtime. You know, luckily the people in my life are super understanding of that because I'm trying to do a lot now. But you know, I'm training for this run across Greece, 1,200 kilometers, and doing it in 2 weeks. I have to train for that. I've committed to that and I want to do that. That's my personal thing. But I'm also super committed to my job and my role. So other things get removed out of your life. People always talk about balance, but balance isn't like a daily thing. It's not like, oh, every day I have this. It's not even weekly. It's not that binary. Sometimes balance is over a year. So this year I'm all in, and I have been last year, and I probably will be next year. There's not balance. Balance is a bit of bullshit, to be honest. Maybe in 2 years' time, that's when I'll have a nice holiday and vacation and time. But like right now, it's so all in that it's just a case of allocating your time in the most efficient way as possible toward your goal. I hate these podcasters that are like, oh, I'm a 4 a.m. guy, here's my 5-9 before my 9-5, but like, I don't like it being positioned like that. It's more just like, I just get up and do. So a lot of people are always looking for the answer somewhere else. They're like trying to read how to do it. But whereas I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't even want to listen to a podcast for an hour. I want to work for an hour. I don't want to read for half hour. I want to work for half hour. So I feel like I have accumulated a lot of skills over the last decade, and now I'm just implementing. And there will be a point where I need more information, and I'll start taking on that information more. Also, that's not saying that I'm not learning. I'm always learning from my peers and the people that I'm working with. But I'm not in a period of my life where I'm in like exploratory with my role and stuff like that. I'm just getting stuff done. So that would kind of be my answer. It's just like an allocation of time and priorities. You know, I haven't come from like, a wealthy background and things like that, and I'm really trying to change the course of mine and my family's life in that aspect, and I'm so committed to that right now that's just, I'm up before my alarm, even though my alarm's going off at 3 a.m. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, that's just serious. So that's where I'm at. Next week, we're going to be looking at another 200-kilometer week. Going to start mapping out how we build out community in LA and how I build out community in any city. So like how we've done it in London, what we're doing in New York, and what we're going to start doing in LA. So should be a pretty exciting episode. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot. It enables me to get more likes, get more views, keep growing this page, keep investing in it. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode. It's a bit more vloggy, a lot of me just filming myself. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week.